No.
You jam it in as hard as I can.
No.
I hope you're happy.
Ooh.
Well, hello there, everybody. Abra, are you eating something? He's currently swallowing it.
Swallowing what?
The ice cream you were eating.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have ice cream.
Oh, do you want me to shadow play this and then add it to the start of
No,
the
you
episode?
have ice cream, and you were going to steal it from Presenia, but I talked you out of it.
Oh my god, this is the worst kind of gaslighting. And you accuse me of being like Karen. I like how you went so smugly, and I talked you out of it. Me.
I'm just looking out for Presenia, because you are an ice cream stealing prick.
Wow. I can't believe you done this.
I can't believe how right you are.
That's something you wish you heard.
I don't need to hear it. I know it.
Wow. Now you do sound like Karen. And welcome back, everybody. So, we beat the main story. So, for this one, is literally, we are gonna liberate Tsushima. We're gonna take out all the camps. We're going to take out, find all the bamboos, all the shrines, all the fox travel. And then we're off to DLC Island. So hopefully, you get back here, you motherfucker. Just in case. And make sure that we got everything done before we move on. We'll see how far we get, but we're hoping we're gonna make it to that lovely place. So as you can see here, bam, bam, bam. We got a few to go through, and once they're all done, it will reveal the map, and then it's just go and collect. So we'll be fine. So, I guess this episode will be called the Dicking Around episode.
Arm sting it up.
Should we really name the episode Armsting It Up?
I mean, it is you doing what you do best.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, kill an enemy with the heavenly strike. You actually know what that is now. This guy doesn't give a shit about your arrows.
It's just I need to hit him under the armor. Whoa! Holy shit, this guy. What the fuck?
I don't think he's killable.
Oh, he's a hostage.
You absolute monster.
Ah. Poof. Well, there goes that, doesn't it?
Arm sting it up.
No.
No.
No. Do you know where I take that from?
No.
It's from Happy Gilmore. Where he just goes, "Oh, you talk a lot. I eat piece of shit like you for breakfast." And Adam Sandler goes, "You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?" And he has like this slow realization. He just goes, "No." Like he had to clarify.
Oh my god. You would.
What are you doing here? Assassinate! I like the little squirt. Splish, splish.
Poor horse.
Ah! Oh my god! I forgot I had explosive arrow.
Little overkill.
Nah. Oh. Man, they killed their own horses? Savage bastards.
Food's food.
See, you're on my side this whole time.
Nope.
And here comes the 180.
No, it's fine when they do it. It's terrible, awful, and without honor when you do it.
Ah, I see. I see how things work. See how things go down.
Yes, rules for thee, but not for me.
Ah, you're like the rich in America.
Yes, just America.
Only America. What, do you think anything bad has happened with the rich people in like
Literally anywhere else in the
Turkey
world.
or India?
Or Sweden.
Wow, nationalistic much.
Truth hurt.
It's loving the like the 180 turn. I'm just wow.
I can't believe you just relegated to nationality.
Yeah. Just gonna judge people based on nationality. Disgusting. Just 180. Kieran does that so excellently.
He has too much practice.
I tried to ape it, but it's like it's hard to copy that level of unhinged.
Unhinged. Kieran is actually a psychopath. Sir, we are in a wooden building.
Oh my god, it landed on my linen. He could have burned it. You motherfucker. It's just been one day it's gonna be our last revolt. Oh. But he looked kind of happy when he died.
That's happy?
Yeah. I mean, considering you died, it's probably not a pleasant thing, so having even half a smile is a net win, right?
I'm not sure if that was a smile.
Oh no, I swapped the stance. Oops. No. Yeah! Oh! Planned. Planned.
Mm-hmm.
That all of it?
Yeah. You got 10 steel for it, so.
Poof! Beautiful. That means we go here next. Love it. You love to see it. What I was gonna say? Yeah, so, what should be the next game on the list, really? Because shorter form content on stream, I think, is the way to go. And longer form on here. Yeah?
I've heard good things about this one game. Orc Massage.
So, as your last episode on the show, Abra...
Fucking knew it. Man, it sounds so pathetic. Kind of sad, really.
Yeah, it really is. It's just like, you're like, oh my god.
Like, one of the worst feelings ever as a human being is when you accidentally hurt a dog and you hear them out.
Oh.
Like, it is so fucking awful.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why I like that the fact that they're forcing me to fight dogs in games so often. It's really like starting getting disturbing to me. Like, I can still discern that, yeah, it's not real, so fine. But it's like when you think about it, how often, because it's just like an easy enemy to throw at a player, right? That's why it's done. But in like from the gamer's point of view, if you play a lot of games like as a strummer, I end up killing a lot of animals, horses, dogs, whatever. Like not just like as the meme in this game, but just like in general. I'm just like, oh my god, another game where I kill dogs, you know? I'm just like, it's getting kind of disturbing. Like when you start focusing it through that lens. Why am I helping these people?
Because you need like 37 million supplies.
Oh, right. Thank you for reminding me. The thing is, like,
I like when you mount the horse just across a bridge, really.
I'm thinking, like, because they released Ragnarok, you know, God of War.
True.
So I was thinking, I won't be able to... Oh, no.
Yeah, you can still see him. They're fine.
It's like, should I do a God of War 2018 playthrough and then do a Ragnarok one?
For continuity's sake, I want to say yes, but that's a massive time investment.
Oh yeah, that's like a...
And when I say that, obviously, yeah, you're playing 2 games, time investment, massive time investment for one particular series and style of game.
But you know, we could do like a God of War playthrough 2018 and then do something else and then go to Ragnarok a little bit later.
True, yeah.
Space it out. Could be pretty fun. Have you played God of War 2018?
I have. I don't have Ragnarok, though.
Yeah, I played 2018 on the PS4. Many years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like...
Yeah,
I can play it on easy, normal, whatever, and crush through it, you know. Because since we play, we can just go through, like, the main story beats. And sort of rush through it, and then for Ragnarok we can slap up the difficulty and go exploring, right? That could be an option.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh-oh.
V Rising has a 1.1 gigabyte update. I'm just waiting for Kieran.
I attacked the door.
Got in your way?
But that's an option. Because I was thinking like Ragnarok, or maybe we do Marvel Spider-Man 1.
That's the thing. Yeah, with all the DLC and everything.
Considering we're gonna get, in like 2-3 years, we're probably gonna get it to PC, the second game.
I would hope so, yeah.
Because if they drop the Spider-Man and Miles Morales, is like, well, yeah, it's a few years down the line you're gonna be dropping it, so we can do it. But other options are, we don't have to go with those. There are other, like longer form game that will be between 10, 20, 30 episodes.
Do you want something... I probably already know the answer to this, but you probably don't want something super story heavy because we shoot the shit constantly.
Depends on what it is. Like, if it's a fun story to dick around in, like in Tsushima, where we goof off, like, that's fine.
Well, that's kind of what I mean. Like, something that's a serious story that we kind of have to pay attention to. Whereas Ghost of Tsushima is not exactly that.
I'm trying to think, like, what game would be that type of serious story? Like, what would that game be, right? That like that we would avoid because of that. Like, I'm just having trouble picturing it in my mind. Is the thing. I'm like,
any of the Telltale games are the immediate response that I could think of, but I know there are
Telltale,
more.
yeah, those are just like, well, they're basically choose your own adventure flip-up books, but with, you know, so yeah, they're super story heavy, so you don't really have time to stick around like this for sure. I think those are also not super long, so that would probably be a stream game anyway. This is where I can do the longer type of games that, unless you are an already established streamer with lots of fan base, you can't really do a lot of long form stuff because people are not gonna be able to tune in as much. Because if they miss a stream, that's 5 hours of story content and stuff they've missed, so they can't really just get into it. Because remember that video we saw that I showed you of a person like basically scoring YouTube games in terms of like how meme it is and how
right.
And being a game that you can like, he made an excellent point why Five Nights at Freddy's is easy to watch, is because you can super easily pick it up and it has the replayability where there's always something happening because the jump scare is guaranteed to happen, so it provides itself to like for a better viewing experience compared to, as you saw the numbers on Wukong when I was playing. It was like, yeah, it started high because like, hey, new monkey game, and then after like 4 streams it was like, yeah, like we lost 60% of the viewers because they missed a stream, and now like I'm in a different place, I'm monkeying around, and it's just like, this is too much for me to be able to focus and enjoy, right? Which is fair. I don't disagree. Like if I'm lost in a story or I'm lost in the progression, I'm not that inclined to watch unless I really, really, really enjoy the streamer regardless of what they do, right? Which is, I think it's fair. So, yeah, so this is why I think these were doing long-form content on here is better, because,
right here.
You can easily just follow along, right? Although Oxy wants a recap.
Yeah, the recap thing, because I'm sure the kind of recap that you want to do is a full video recap with dialogue over it, doing the recap.
Oh, no, I was just thinking of doing, like, last time on Arms Gaming, and then cut to, like, oh, missing a jump, getting killed, honor, whatever, some things we talked about, some highlights, I guess, and it's like 30 seconds. Something like that.
Oh, so it's not really a recap more than a highlight reel, I guess?
Yeah, a highlight reel as a recap, or do they actually want, like, what happened in the story?
That's how I took it, I guess.
Oh, God.
I'll never get tired of that.
How about you? Shut the fuck up. Revoked.
Did somebody just blow horn? They did.
Good. Don't you start crawling. Oh my god.
You didn't kill him hard enough.
That's actually... Oh my god, let's go!
It's a lot of homies. Oh my god. Fuck that guy.
Really, the dog is the final thing left? I'm full on iron.
Oh no.
No.
You totally need them.
No. You know we're gonna have to spend a whole episode hunting bears to cap out on predator hides?
That is so not happening.
I like that my blade goes completely above it. Still connects. Ooh, 22 supplies though.
I have to look this up.
What? Oh, how many? If it's feasible, we're doing it. Ah, all the supplies.
Okay, it is not happening. Somebody on Reddit just said they have 114,000.
No. I don't believe that.
I do.
Yeah, because you want to make that up, so I won't go do it.
No, he said he had like 94 flowers and 114,000 supplies because like New Game Plus, it's a thing.
What's the point in New Game Plus? Aren't you already capped out?
On skills, yeah.
Yeah, and everything, so there's like new upgrades, so... But I thought you meant Predator hides. Not supplies.
Oh, no, I'm talking about actual supplies.
No, supplies I'm not talking about. I was talking just about Predator hides, if we cap out on that. Derelict mine. Also, mad respect to the people who can keep on playing, like, New Game Pluses over and over to get that amount.
Yeah, it would be really hard for me to do that because no actual upgrades are available. And the only reason that I was more willing to do it in Wukong is because I could still upgrade skills and abilities on top of seeing the shit that I missed.
Lies of P did it the best, where like you got most of the things, but if you did New Game Plus, you unlocked like a new heart to upgrade or new abilities, and that went on to like New Game Plus 5. And it would also let you finish off other things as well. So I was just like, ah, that's great, you know. I mean, even if I love the game like to its core, I still wouldn't be able to play it so many times to get that much resources, you know.
Yeah.
That is just like, yeah, I like the game, but to play that much, to have like 100, what's the 100 and
114,000 supplies.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's literally double what you have right now. And
100, like it's
no, oh shit, no. Yeah, that would be 14,000. Oh my god. No. No.
Yeah, like how many times has that person played through this game? Like, it's a good game, but like, how many times do you have to, you know, do all the camps again to get these supplies, right?
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
That sounds like somewhere around 6 to 8 playthroughs, I think. If we think about the amount I spent while playing through this, I probably spent about like 10,000, right? So you can make like 20,000 in a big playthrough.
Well, just bringing it down, 114,000, and you already have 7,000 just with one full playthrough. That's like 17 times. That's...
Yeah, but you know, upgrading the stuff I have, right, has cost me supplies, right?
Yes, but you still upgraded everything, and you have more than 7,000 already.
Yeah, but I mean, factor in the amount I upgraded as well. Like, that was used for it, that I also earned. So I assume it's like 10,000 I've spent as well. So in this playthrough in total, I've had 18,000, is what I mean. So if you go for another playthrough, you'll get another 18,000. So if you add that together, you know, is what I mean.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, 6 to 8 playthroughs maybe, depending on.
There's no game that I'd be able to do that in. Ever.
Not open world, no. Like, I played through some game. No, like, because, like, Devil May Cry, for example, those games are beaten within 8 to 10 hours. So if you had, like, I played through Devil May Cry 4, I think 5 times, but not in a row, obviously. Like, I beat it, and I was like, oh, I'll play it on a harder difficulty. So I beat it 2 times, and then I didn't touch it for, like, 4 months. And I was like, you know what? I want to get through it again, and, like, you know, get some S ranks and stuff on levels. But because it's a short playthrough, you're like, oh yeah, I can dedicate an evening to this and you're done. But if you're gonna go through Tsushima or, you know, Batman Arkham City or whatever, it's just like, well, this is like a 50-hour commitment.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's no game that I've ever played that has a definitive ending that I've played more than 3 times, and I think the only one that I can think of is Persona 5.
Isn't Persona 5 like long as hell?
Yeah, it's like 100 hours.
Ugh. Getting through it once and like 100%, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Doing it again, like 2 times, I'm like... I can remember the last game I did that with, and that was Breath of the Wild. Because they released like a super mega hard mode, which really wasn't. Surprisingly, it wasn't that giga hard. It was just punching at the start, and once you outpowered it, you were fine. It was mainly because I just wanted a challenge, like, from that game. I was like, you know, I wanted something more, and I was hoping that was gonna be, and that was a slog. I didn't do all the Korok seeds, obviously. I just did the shrines. That's what I mean when I say I did like a full playthrough.
Right, yeah, and even accounting for a break in between, there is still no game that I've ever played more than 3 times, like I said, that has a definitive ending. Like, there's obviously the game that I played many, many times over thousands of hours is Minecraft, but again, that doesn't really have a definitive ending.
Let me try to see. I mean, I played Resident Evil 4. I played it on normal, hard, professional on the GameCube. I beat it once on PlayStation, 2 times on PC before I started streaming, and then once on PC again for the stream. So 6 times I've beaten Resident Evil 4.
Damn.
I played Resident Evil 7 3 times when it released. When I did my first stream again, and then for the anniversary stream. I think me and Dana have played through Resident Evil 5 probably 6-7 times as well, because we just love couch co-oping, and that game is great for couch co-op.
Yeah, and another game, these are all PlayStation games as well. Spider-Man, I played twice, and God of War, I've played twice. I'm just looking through Steam, seeing if there's any games that pop out.
Where was I? I played Resident Evil 6. Me and Dana have only done like 4 times, but it's a much heftier game. It's decently long, which is why we're like, we'll do 1 campaign and then leave it. Because it has 4.
I know what game you can play from start to finish, every single one, because the story is the easiest to understand in existence. Kingdom Hearts.
Ugh. Imagine playing all the Kingdom Hearts games. Oh. As a person who don't like that semi-turn-based stuff, it's just like... Oh lord. And then trying to play like the PS version, the DS version, like of those, like... What is it called? Like 360 days over 2 nights or whatever it's called.
Yeah, some of the dumbest fucking titles in that series.
Yeah, no. I think. Let's see. I played through MGS3 once, twice, 3, 4. I think I only played MGS3 4 times. 2 on the. Oh yeah, no, actually, okay. So once on the original MGS3, and then 2 times on the Subsistence version, which stopped having the static camera and you have the look around camera. And then 2 times on the HD collection. So 5 times. Which you think, being my favorite game of all time, I've played a lot more, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, I'm kind of happy.
Fake fan. I see.
It's one of those, like, when I want to do it, I'm like, I want to do it all in one, sitting, and the whole story and that stuff, and sit through it and like thoroughly enjoy it. Compared to something like Devil May Cry, was like, I just want to pick up and play and slay demons.
It's like what's the best way to put this? Watching a movie for actual value as opposed to watching a movie for entertainment.
Yeah.
Like a popcorn movie is a thing.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like, I play Resident Evil because I love shooting zombies in the face, and I love doing cool sick melee moves, and seeing the creative monsters they do. I don't sit down for it with a glass of wine and it's like, let's analyze the story of Resident Evil, because, it's like, no, I don't need that.
It's not that kind of game.
No, you're there for the gameplay. I mean, the story is serviceable and fine, and like, if you get into the history of it, you're like, hey, it's kind of cute, but it's nothing that, like, I think is... You don't really have to pay attention to be like, oh, Wesker's gonna unleash a virus, so we're gonna go
it's
stop
not
it.
exactly deep and thought-provoking.
Yeah, because it's not meant to be. That's the thing. Like, it knows the ridiculousness of what it is. It can be sad and tragic, and it can have some good moments in it, but that's not why you're there. That's the thing. That can be there, but that isn't your main focus.
Yeah, just because it's not made that way doesn't mean that it can't have those elements. Wow, that archer...
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for that dude to actually attack me, but he's just constantly staying crouched, so...
So, I'm looking under story rich, I believe. And I'm getting some porn games, like... Nobody's playing these games for the story. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I know what game you can play. It is this particular streamer's favorite game, I think. BioShock.
Ugh. It's just like, if I'm gonna play BioShock, why not just fucking go install System Shock 2 and go and have fun?
Because it's clearly inferior. Duh.
Factual and true. The thing is just like I said, I'm not too fond of BioShock. Like, I don't think like they're anything groundbreaking or amazing. So, and I don't really care about Rapture that much, because like, it looks cool, don't get me wrong. Like, the aesthetic of an underwater city is cool as hell. That's not what I'm arguing. It's just that, like, oh, another place where they can run free and it becomes anarchy and stuff. I'm like, well, if I want gameplay, then I'll just go play BioShock Infinite because it has the best gameplay of them.
That's the only BioShock that I've played, and I did enjoy it.
Like, the only part is, like, the story that is just like, okay, but, since I don't really care,
she's your daughter
alternate
The
reality.
path, or is that what it is? And then the hummingbird or whatever is some void monster. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
All I know is she's your daughter. She's missing a finger and wears a thimble.
Yeah, because it got cut off when the older you took the baby from younger you through a portal, and it cut off her finger.
That's right. Fucking hell.
And then all the lighthouses are actual portals to different dimensions. It's like, oh my god, no. Why? Why did Bioshock have to go that route?
Just have a cult floating in a sky city. Like that's all you had to do.
Yeah. But I like the Sky City also sees like okay, so Sky City is awesome. Like that's a cool idea that it's floating on balloons. But because it's in the BioShock franchise, it gets this like cheap air to it where they're just like, okay, we can't do underwater city. What's the opposite? You know, what would someone make as a joke? Right? Of like BioShock would be like, Sky City, yes! Of course! Right?
True, yeah.
It's just like,
I mean,
okay.
if you can't go down, go up.
It's one of those, you know, they gotta make a sequel, what are we gonna do? Because, like, once again, what does BioShock have to stand on its legs once you leave Rapture, right?
I'm trying to remember the actual story of BioShock. It's another cult city, and they're doing drugs that alter their chemistry.
I don't remember his name. Andrew Fontaine and the other dude. Like they build that city because they hate the government and that they hold people back. And they're like, well, you know, if you create something, you should be able to create what you want and be able to be free and not be suppressed by the government and stuff. Which, of course, leading to everyone having freedoms, it leads to everyone having anarchy. It's a tale as old as time. Nothing new here.
Yeah.
Like that's the setup for it. It's just under city with science and that stuff going crazy.
I see.
Yeah, no, like it was just I just like the point like that you brought it up of like we don't want anything that's like. God, I love that.
Shit on.
I fucking love that. I'm one of those who like when your character gets smacked hard and you just fly off. You're just like, ah, my god.
I will remember this.
I'm the ghost. But it was an interesting point you made of, like, what can we play that's not, like, Superstore that we need to focus a lot on? Like this. And then it made me think, like, yeah, what are store? Like, there are a bunch of those games you can play. God of War, Spider-Man. Things that are just, like, you know, if you say Spider-Man, it's like, someone is wrecking the city. Spider-Man gotta stop it and probably make some sacrifice and responsibility. It's like, you know, it's Spider-Man. It's the same with Batman. It's like, someone is terrorizing Gotham. You gotta go punch me in the face and realize you are dark and broody because you're Batman. It's like, you don't really need to be super attentive to the main story to get enjoyment out of those games. But, on the flip side, having games that you do need to sit and pay attention to. Not because... like you're into it, which is like a different aspect, but just like what do you really need to be like? Yeah, you need to be focusing on this story to really be able to enjoy it, you know?
Yeah, to well, I guess there's two different ways that you would need to pay attention to a story. One, so you're not completely fucking lost and not understand where you're supposed to go or do next, or two, to get any actual not satisfaction, what's the word I'm looking for, meaning out of it.
Well, That's the thing with video games, right? It's like, yeah, where you're supposed to go and do, and it's like, you might not know what you're doing, but the game has non-diegetic ways of telling you, go here, stand here, you know, do this, do that, you know, mission texts, markers and stuff. So it's like, technically, you don't really, you don't really know what you're doing. You just follow the marker, right? Which, I mean, but yeah, I'm just trying to think of, like, if there is a game like that, like, what are they? It's just like a fascinating thought experiment is, I guess, what I'm going for. It's just like,
Well, and knowing what to do and where to go, not so much as literal quest markers, but like Disco Elysium. That's, you need to kind of pay attention to what the fuck you're saying.
That's a game, yeah. That you gotta pay attention to what you're saying, where you're going, and what you can look up in your guide, in your book, and be like, go to this person. But if you didn't pay attention to who that person was, you're gonna have to go and talk to every single character until you figure out who that person is, right? And such. Yeah, that's a focus game. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so you can't just answer every dialogue with, I want to have fuck.
You can't do the Fallout 4 one of just going, because I think A is always the agreeable, friendly option, and B is always the rude option. So you can't just spam A your way through those. You have to be like, well, this person is this and this and this. So if you say this, which seems right to you, that's not going to be right to him. So you have to think of what you say. Yeah.
Yeah, or games like Mass Effect or something like that, if you want to play a specific, I guess, Renegade or Paragon route, or you just really don't give a shit.
Oh yeah, well that's one where you can just go, like, you know, Paragon, Paragon, Paragon if you want to. Like, because no matter how that character is and acts, you know, you'll always say the thing that gets you favor with them.
Yeah, and it's always Paragon at top, neutral in the middle, and then Renegade at the bottom, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go, Nobu.
Exactly. So there's no real, like, you need to focus story in depth. You just need to, you know, use that. If you want the people to be good to people, right? Yeah, no, it's really cool to think about. Because games are sort of designed for you to always get your fill out of it, or get satisfaction out of it. So to find something like that... God, I'm gonna be thinking about this after we finish recording. Like, when I go to bed, I'm just gonna be laying in bed and being like, what about this?
Sounds like some nerd shit.
Yeah, like, this is where herbs online.
Yeah, how dare I educate myself?
So nerdy.
Get educated, fucking nerd.
You fucking nerd.
I actually thought of a game that you could play. It's not a game, but I don't know if you want to. The Last of Us.
That is a stream game to play for sure. Because I know a lot of people wants to see me play it. Look, but I need a PS5 Pro.
Yeah, so you can see all of Abby's pores when she's getting raw dog.
Yep. Ah, there we go. Master Liberator, a new safe haven. Beautiful.
Wait, you did all of them already? What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, since we've been talking, I've been just running through each camp.
Bullshit. Let me see. What the fuck?
What?
Fake news.
I'm awesome.
Where's Armson? What did you do to him?
I like how badly this hurts you right now.
It doesn't hurt me. It's just fucking surprising me.
This should not be. Why is it Arms failing?
What Failing? No, I expect you to be here for another 13 years.
Wow, no faith in me. No faith at all. Sorry to disappoint you by being efficient.
For once.
See? Ruining your expectations.
Subverting.
And you know, by subverting expectations, that itself is inherently good writing.
Yes, morally gray.
But yeah, so we have Marvel Spider-Man we can do. We have God of War. Potentially Last of Us, but I think I want to stream that. Mainly so I can, like, talk shit about it and piss people off. It's something like, I know it's like super petty, but like when a game is universally praised, like Last of Us is, you know, there's gonna be some thin-skinned people who will like, they're looking for you to do the reaction they want of like, oh, this is the scene where Joel gets his balls shot and it's super sad. So I just want to go testicle, and they'll be like, "Fuck you!" Don't laugh at it.
The content, drummer.
React the way I want you to, and feel sad.
But yeah, even if you want to do a completionist run, it's only 22 hours. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm doing a completionist run of Last of Us. It's like.
Yeah, that's why I said even if you wanted to, it's still a pretty short game.
Which is fine by me. I do enjoy a short, nice, and swift game.
I might have thought of another game.
Over here.
I'll have to check real quick though.
Yeah,
You'll be free soon.
it's all good.
Thank you.
Be careful up there.
This is for you, Lord Sakai.
What the fuck?
And while you search for that, it's probably what I probably won't do. At least the OG Metal Gear Solid games on stream as well, I think. Because I think it's just one of those I want to sit down on the couch and just, you know, like, enjoy. Because it's just, that's how I enjoy those games, right? I might do the new one. Because it'll be fun, but I like, it's just like, it's one of those things I'll always have a hard time. Like, because if you're gonna do those streams, like, you know, you gotta talk and talk shit and make memes and joke about what you see and stuff, and it's just like, I'm gonna be way too just like, I'm just gonna sit there quiet for 3 hours and watch Kojima cutscenes, you know? And that will not be fun content for anyone except myself, right? It's not gonna be good content, is what I'm getting at. Because that's how I should like to enjoy that stuff. Oh.
Okay, it says you do have the game, but it's kind of an old one, and it's definitely not exactly a story-heavy game, but Darksiders.
Oh, I played Darksiders, actually, on the Xbox, and Darksiders 2.
Yeah, it's a super old game, but they've been remastered for PC.
It's basically like playing a edgy Legend of Zelda.
Or a more grim, dark Devil May Cry.
No, I wouldn't say Devil May Cry, no.
What? How so?
Because Devil May Cry is about doing stylish combat with wacky woohoo clappy hands, man. What I mean when I say Zelda is you have like a base move stuff, but in general it's the, you know, you are in the little open world and you go get a new ability that you use in the temple against your boss, and then you go to the next temple against, and then you get a new ability that you use against the boss to beat them, right? Like, it has the same layout of that, which is not bad. I enjoyed Darksiders 1. I think it's great. I just don't find... It's not as, like, stagey and as arcade as a Devil May Cry game is, you know? Because it doesn't have, like, Chapter 1 with, like, a skill... with, like, a non-diegetic, what do you call it? End screen of stats and skills and stuff. It's like, no, it's supposed to be, like, an immersive adventure experience, right?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but from a combat aesthetic and feel, I don't agree.
Ah, well, we're in a disagreement then.
Because the comparison to Zelda, you're breaking it down into its base parts, which, if you do that route, then yes, it's even more similar to Devil May Cry.
I don't think so, because the combat does not lend itself to letting you, like, play it at all the same way. I mean, yes, it's third person, and you fight with a sword and hit people, but I don't find them nearly close as engaging in combat compared to the adventure itself.
Attack animations, bombastic.
It's not about over the top, no. And
They're both
I don't think
exactly
it's.
like
I don't
that,
think
though.
it's. No, I don't think so. I disagree.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to agree to disagree. I see it as a cool Zelda game for adults. And I enjoyed the heck out of it. But have you played Darksiders 2?
Some of it, not all of it.
Isn't it kind of crazy how rapidly it changed from the first game?
It's almost like not even the same kind of game.
Yeah, exactly. Because all of a sudden it's like... It's more of an open world, but also like you have statted gear and stuff that you equip and tier sets and things like that. And I think I enjoy Darksiders 2 a bit more, mainly because I think death is a more fun than war, like the character. But you know which one?
Yes.
I haven't played 3, where you play as... What's her name? Because you play as War and Death, and then you have...
Is it No, Pestilence is the
Is to do with the guns.
the guns. What's her name? I keep thinking of names that are 7 deadly sins, which is not the case.
War, Death, Famine?
Strife?
Strife? No, Strife is the dude with the 2 guns, right?
I thought that was Pestilence.
God, I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't played the 3rd one. That I know. And I was hyped for that story, because I thought it was cool of, like, each game you play as one of them, and then you all gather at the end to fight those demon dudes.
She's Fury.
Fury, that was the name. Yeah, I always thought that was cool. It's a shame that series didn't really pop off.
Well, isn't the 3rd game also... No. The 3rd game's not the top-down one. That's the 4th one.
I don't remember which one came first of them. Because we had Darksiders 1, 2, and then I don't know if the one that's top-down, where you play as the dude, if that came before 3.
Darksiders Genesis is the top-down one that came after 3.
Okay, yeah. So that means technically they should make the Darksiders 4, which all the horsemen gathered, which they hinted at the end of 1. But I don't know if we'll ever see that, because the series didn't sell well, which is a shame. A damn shame. I mean, I own Darksiders 3, so... Do I own Genesis? I don't know.
I think Genesis is the only one that I don't own.
But I'm not super into top-down gameplay, anyway. Although, that's a cool idea, really, if you think about it. If the first one is as it is, and then you have the Darksiders 2, which is so different, and then the 3rd one is like a top-down, and then the 4th one is something different. Like, that each horseman plays differently. And then you have like a final game with all of them where you get to swap between them. I don't know. My imagination runs wild, but it would be cool. I would like to see that.
I actually have to see gameplay right now because I can't quite place it.
Oh, a high Q. It's been a while.
Okay, yeah, so it's similar style as Darksiders 2.
Okay. I mean, that could be a fun series to go through. I haven't played 1 and 2 since Xbox 360 days. Like, when they released. Oh my god, I'm so old now. I hate it. I'm old, Mr. Powers. Because unfortunately, right after Darksiders 2 released, I think that's when Deep Silver and stuff collapsed and got bought up.
Call is sharp and biting.
And all the IPs were bought up by different investors.
Looking to
I do remember that.
Yeah, that's where the Saints Row also went away.
Ugh, that shit the bed.
Yeah, that is the series not... Yeah, the less said about it, the better, really. Alright, let's ride up to Cape Izumi. And if this takes 4 minutes, that's where we cut off. But outside of that... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14... Yes, not a lot. Maybe we can go a little bit extra and get that done, so we can start next episode fresh into the DLC. It shouldn't take long, because it's just riding to places.
Yeah.
And we can throw out some more game ideas to play. They give up the chase pretty quickly.
It's too cold, man.
They're like, ah, fuck it. I don't want to work up a sweat. Oh man, imagine going on a hunt out this in that type of armor, and you get all sweaty, and you can't, and it like gets stuck on your body, so you get like a cold, and it makes you even colder. Ugh.
No.
It's just a bad time. But look, flowers! I will bring you flowers.
You just need 99 more.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to get all the cosmetics, aren't we?
I don't know about that.
I like the fucking the borderline skronk. Have you ever heard of that skronk?
No.
Search for it in. I think they use it. What do you call it when it's like a sound a person makes? So in like a comic book, you know, they'll do like a
sound effect?
yeah, like it has a word for it, but I forget what it's called. But skronk is a sound effect, so yes. See what it says, because they use it in a comic book, and I never let it go, because skronk is such a funny... It's such a funny word to me.
Onomatopoeia?
Yeah, I think... Is it an onomatopoeia? Maybe it is. I'll see what you find.
I mean, how do you spell it?
S-K-R-O-N-K.
It says it's a kind of music.
Right, do you find anything else?
Skronk for dissonant death metal. Raw, discordant sound produced by electric guitars.
Alright.
I mean, I'm not sure if I'm finding what you're wanting me to find.
Oh no, you're not.
Okay, I'm not picking up what you're putting down. Skronk, Urban Dictionary, to engage in sexual activity. Something tells me that's not what you're talking about.
No. I just wanted to see if there was anything. So you know who the Ultimate Warrior is?
As soon as you said that, I see a picture of him with Skronk on it.
Yes.
I still don't know what that means.
So I did a bit of a debate on you. I don't think it has an actual definition, but the Ultimate Warrior, for those of you who don't know, is a wrestler that wrestled during the great times of Hulk Hogan and all that stuff. And he had a comic book series, I think it was like 4 comic books he released of the Ultimate Warrior. And the thing is, those comic books are insane to read. It has some crazy shit in it, but the best part about it is that the Ultimate Warrior has his own words and definitions. So, in the comic book, he says like, okay, everybody, get folked, F-O-K-E-D. And then it'll be like a star, and then if you look at the corner of the page, like the first time it's used, it'll be explained what it means, because it's his own slang. And folked mean focused. So, in one of the panels, he's underwater, and he goes, skronk! And then in the corner it says, it's to do like the inhale of like a type of thing.
So a snort.
Yeah. But no, he had to call it skronk. So dumb. Oh. The Ultimate Warrior, that guy's unhinged as hell.
Ultimate Warrior. Man, it's like easily 35 years ago.
Yep.
Fuck me.
He was definitely one of those where, like, they were playing characters, but he took himself a little bit too seriously, for sure.
He's like the same energy as Kane, in my opinion.
Kane.
Yeah, I guess he's like the Undertaker's brother or cousin or something.
Oh, he has that, like, mask on, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's fucking Leatherface or something.
Right, yeah. I know of... I know of him. I don't know wrestling well, but I do know some names. Yeah. It's been kind of crazy watching all of those old wrestlers, like they're retired now, and their contracts have run out, and starting to open up about like all the shit they went through, and how horrible they were treated, and how... Man, it's just tragic, really. How used they were for how little they were getting paid and how much money they were raking in, and how, like, they were like, oh, you don't wrestle, you get none of your money, and we'll not cover your hospital bills. So how many of them has died from, like, brain damage and shit, because their bodies just didn't hold up?
Yep, dance monkey dance.
It's when I go and look up when Vince McMahon accidentally gets injured for real, and I'm like, yes, fuck you. Because I had no clue when I learned about it, that Vince McMahon just went across the whole East Coast and bought out every single wrestling brand, federation, whatever you want to call it, you know?
Yeah, the backyard wrestling shit.
Yeah, so he just owned everything. And just had an iron grip on it. I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. You'd think he'd want to protect his most precious wrestlers.
No, because just find new ones.
It's kind of crazy, really. Like, feels like he got really lucky as well that, like, nobody, like, they didn't have, like, a series of just people dying, you know?
True.
It's kind of ridiculous that they all just stayed alive to always keep on performing. But those dudes were built different as well, so they could take a beating. Have you watched a lot of wrestling in your life?
No.
Because I haven't watched a lot, but like On the scant knowledge you have, who do you think was the most craziest wrestler out there?
But I mean, other than Ultimate Warrior,
Yeah, like like the length they went to for like wrestling and what they do. Like, who was the most like, holy shit, like you're kind of wacky.
I mean, the one that's been in the game the longest is Undertaker.
Hmm.
But I don't know if he's like crazy for sticking through it or what he's done for it. But yeah, I can't really think of anybody.
Yeah, like since my knowledge is very, lacking, the only one I found saw really crazy was like Ric Flair. That was the dude that I was like, he goes 100% all the time and literally hides a razor in like his wristbands and stuff, to cut up his face. Because he has, like, if you look at him up close, he just has hundreds of scars on his forehead from years of cutting up his face for matches, Have you seen the one where he rips off, like he's doing like some promo and he rips off this patch protecting his forehead from a previous match, and he just starts bleeding and his whole face just gets covered in blood and he's just leaking like hell?
I think I've seen a screenshot of it, yeah.
It's just like, god damn, dude. Like, you go hard for this.
Yeah, he's definitely crazy. Another one that was really into it is Macho Man.
Oh, Randy Savage, yeah. He seemed like he was a chill dude off the... well, outside of it. But it's a shame we never really got to see, because he died way before all of this shit started leaking out and started speaking out about it and stuff.
Another wrestler that I actually liked that unfortunately died, I don't know if it was because of wrestling, but was Andre the Giant.
Yeah. He was a special person.
He was apparently was a really nice fucking guy.
Oh, yeah. He seemed to just be a giant, like, loving guy, really. I haven't heard bad things about him in general. I mean, unfortunately, like, the life of a wrestler is rough, so of course you come off a bit unhinged, like, just by what you do. Because
I did enjoy his role in Princess Bride.
You know what? I can't recall that. Ah, fucking hell. Why did I press B?
The movie, or
I can't recall Princess Bride at all. I think I've seen it, like, half of it at some point.
It's a very old movie. It has a cult following, but it is also forgettable.
Do you know which movie I like to... well, I don't like to watch it, but I like to watch it.
Go for a peaceful ride.
What, like a guilty pleasure or something?
More like this movie gets me really fucking depressed, but it's really, really good. It's Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler.
I've never heard of that.
If you want to be depressed...
I'd rather not.
But it's a really, really good movie. And it is literally a washed-up wrestler trying to find his place in society after wasting his whole life on wrestling.
Yeah, see, I try and avoid anything depressing as much as possible because I really don't like feeling that way.
I can't say I like feeling that way, but it's just such a good movie. And that's like what makes me... Cause it's one of those that is like, you can watch it and then just... If you go and watch something like a deep dive into it, like there's so many facets to that movie that is like just so fascinating in how well constructed it is. Like it like I can just tell you like the first intro, like the intro of it is shot as a the background is the background sound is like a crowd getting hyped and a person like hyping up the match like a wrestling match, and you see these comic books and like these trading cards and stuff of this Mickey Rourke's character and like how big it was, and like it's hyping up and it's like, oh, you know, this is gonna be the greatest fight or whatever, facing the absolute beast that is, blah, blah, you know, that stuff. And then it does a hard cut with a little bit of the background chant, but just to him, like in a big empty locker room where he's just sitting facing down. You can't see his face. And then in the background, a dude enters and it's like, yeah, you're up. And that's like when the movie basically starts. And the whole sequence is one sequence of them following him with the camera to the back. And the whole time, up until he starts wrestling, you never get to see his face. Because it's basically showing that he's like ashamed of what he's doing. Not ashamed of wrestling, but he's basically wrestling in like a school gym because he's fallen so far, but he needs the paycheck of $50 to get by.
Right.
You know, he is a person who like can't let go of the glory days of that, but he's also just washed up and has nothing to go. And it's like, that's just a small thing of that movie that I just adore. But watching it, you're just also just like, oh my god, oh, this is hard to watch.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. I'll just take your word for it.
Yeah.
I
But I
just
know-
really hate depressing stuff.
But any of you who want to watch something like that, that'll really tug at your heartstrings and just be like, damn, that's so sad, but what a good movie. Check out The Wrestler from 2008. I think it was 2009. Right, we are... Look how good we've done, though. It's just... We'll take these in a row.
Are you just
Um,
making a circle?
Yeah, we're just doing like a... I'm basically just going to each question mark that has the closest thing to it.
Mm.
And rolling with that, so... You guys are lucky. You get a bit of an extra episode while we talk about stuff. Right, another game series we can do. Feel free to drop game series in either the YouTube here or on the Discord of game series you would like to see that's a bit longer. Longer form of content. It would be nice to do like a Yakuza game, but once again, it's like... It's one of those where like the cutscenes are a little bit too long for my taste for something like this where we're sitting and talking, because it's like... You know, now we gotta sit and talk about the underground Yakuza ring for 50 minutes to explain the plot details of 15 conspiracies going on at the same time. And it's just like,